A few months ago, I did some updated research on the registration process for sole traders and limited liabilities in Trinidad and Tobago. So now that a lot of you are asking about the information related to the process, I was like, yeah man, I have this. Did this long time ago, it's easy peasy. But then COVID happened and the whole thing switched up. So in doing some very recent research, I realized that the process involves a little more steps than it did before. So what I'm going to do to not confuse you guys is keep the information as simple as I can and walk you through some of the basic registration steps involved in registering your sole trader business. Now, it's very important to state that before COVID, you would have been able to do a lot of these steps and processes via the company's registry at Ministry of Legal Affairs or via TTBizLink, which is an online platform and website that you can go to basically do the same thing electronically. However, in light of COVID, and everybody trying to maintain social distancing to avoid it from spreading, a lot of what is required to be done has now been shifted to online or electronic application. So what I'm going to do with you guys is give you the basic general steps, and I'm going to do a follow-up video that is going to speak to the specific channels and avenues that currently exist for you to be able to register your business electronically or online. Needless to say, there are aspects that are still going to require you to have to go in person to the Ministry of Legal Affairs to make things like your payments and to collect your documents. Okay, so let's get into it. The first pre-registration step is your name search. There's no guarantee that the name that you would have come up with for yourself is something that is unique to you. So it's important that you go do a name search. The ministry does not allow the registration of duplicate names or names that are too similar or close. And so it's important that you check through that database on the ministry's company registry to see if there's anybody else who may have or would have registered a business in the same name or very similar to yours. How do you do the name search? Now, before, you would have been able to go into the company's registry department and Ministry of Legal Affairs. They had a section with computers where you could just go check the names, and then you would fill out and submit an application form that the registry would then process to confirm its availability. Now, what you have to do now is go through the channel of TTBizLink to do said name search via their website. The TTBizLink avenue is a little more complicated as it requires a few more steps that is linked and connected to having a TT Connect ID. Given the load of information associated with that, I'm going to do a completely separate video for you guys to know what steps are required to have a TTBizLink account to then be able to access all of these e-company registration services. It's more digitally friendly. It is a little more time efficient. You don't have to spend your time actually going on the road to get to these locations. It's a one-stop shop feature that allows you to do a lot of the things online instead of having to go in person. Where a lot of people might get stuck in this process is if they go checking for their name and it is already registered. You unfortunately then are going to have to find another name to attempt to reserve as yours. Provided that everything runs smoothly and your name is indeed available, hooray to you. The next step is to actually reserve that name. And before, there was a form 25, that you would fill out to apply for the name, and that form requires you to fill in information like the proposed name that you're interested in applying for, the address of the business, the nature of the business, and in this case, of course, we're speaking specifically about sole trader businesses, so you indicate that as well. So that form, which would have been available at the company's registry, but seeing that that is on hold for now, it's also available on the TTBizLink site. It's a very simple one-page document that you fill out and you submit for review by the company's registry. Now, after you fill out your document to officially reserve your business name and you submit the form for review, the next part of it is just simply waiting. This part of the process is where the company's registry does their due diligence to confirm that all the information is correct and that the name is indeed available. Before, again, they would tell you a specific date to come back and check. However, with the online option, you get an email that would confirm the approval. And then the final aspect of this process involves you having to, of course, pay the fees associated with all the steps listed prior. It's usually between $20 to $25 TT, depending on the type of business that you are registering. I believe for sole traders, it's the $20 amount. And you go to the cashier at the Ministry of Legal Affairs Company Registry Department to make that payment. I was looking online on the TTBizLink website, and they do offer a facility where you have a subscription account that can allow you the opportunity opportunity to make those payments online via credit card. Those are the 3 pre-registration steps that you are going to have to go through when you are ready to register your sole trader business. Now, I just want to slip in here before I continue with the rest of steps that you guys have been so supportive with all the content that we are creating to help you and to help us learn and grow as business owners. So I want to give a special thanks to all of you for following us, subscribing, asking questions, offering suggestions. And I want to let you guys know that we did do our first video podcast episode. It's on YouTube on our Millien Concepts YouTube channel. And we spoke with Nakisha Ali, who is a creative business consultant. She offered us a load of really, really useful, helpful information and guidelines to setting up your business the right way. So if you haven't seen that yet, please go check it out. You will not regret the time spent looking at this video. Some of you may know me as that girl who did the Uncovered series project, and while I'm very proud of what that was and became, me kind of slowing down and coming to a screeching halt on that project was based on the fact that I felt like I was creating a platform, yes, for artists and creatives to be seen and heard, but they were not equipped with the tools and the right information and knowledge to then be able to function and operate in a space of successfully being seen and heard on the business side of things. So this business one-on-one initiative is really centered on me having that passion and desire to help all you creative and startup entrepreneurs like myself out there to be armed with the right information, the best information to help you to grow and be better in business. Okay, back to the steps. Now, once your name is approved, you are given a stamped document that indicates that your name has been approved. That stamped document you also need to submit alongside your business application form. When I was doing research a few months ago, the name of that form was Form 1, called Application for Registration by an Individual. It's a 1-page document, very simple. And again, that form requires you to fill out some basic information like your name, your business name, your official business name, such an exciting thing, your address, your place of operation, and some other very basic details that you would typically fill out on a passport form or an application form. You have another waiting period of a few days to a week before you get back word from the company's registry. Now, prior to COVID, you would have been given a time frame with which you can come back and check to make sure that everything went through. When you use TTBizLink, they send you an email indicating that everything has been approved, at which point you would go to the cashier to make your payments at the company's registry, and they would give you a receipt, and then you would go and collect your official business registration certificate that legitimizes you as a business owner. Now, I'm sure a lot of you at this point are wondering what fees additional you're going to have to pay as part of this process. When it comes to the registration of your business, there are 2 fees. One fee is your application fee related to the actual registration of the business, and that for sole traders at the time of my research, let me just say that, is $200 TT. And the second fee, they don't really advertise, but this is based on my experience. I'm telling you guys, there was an additional small fee for the production of the actual physical certificate, and that was, at the time when I did it, $20 TT. It may have gone up since then. So in all, it was about $220. There may be a slight variation to that fee. Things are always evolving. There are new processing fees that always pop up. So this is just a gauge again for you guys to know what is involved cost-wise. So there you have it. Those are the steps to registering your sole trader business. I urge you guys, please, even after this step, which is very commendable, and I congratulate each and every one of you for getting this far, there are important administrative follow-ups post registering your business. And if you want to get more information on what that involves, please check out the first episode of our video podcast that we did with Nakisha Ali of Ladybug Concepts. She is a creative business consultant who currently provides the service if any of you need assistance of helping persons register their business. And like Nakisha, there are other entities that provide this service. So if you feel a little overloaded with all this information, don't worry, don't be discouraged. There are persons available who are providing this service as a business themselves to help you guys through it. Again, I'm going to do a separate video that walks you through the step-by-step process involved in registering your business via the TTBizLink platform. It is something that is being encouraged at this point, considering what's going on with COVID. So you would find that if you try to go register your business at the time of this video, they are going to redirect you to that electronic or online application process. It involves having to get things like a TT Connect ID, which is a whole other topic by itself. So I'm definitely going to delve into that more. Look out for that video. I want to help make this as easy and simple as possible for you guys so that you can start and set up your business the right way.